It's loud today. The Belleville Area District Library Board will come to order. We will begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good. You? And here comes Joy.
She doesn't
How
look
are
any
you,
the worse
sweetie?
for wear.
Well, good. We're glad to see you. You only missed the Pledge of Allegiance. And now it's time for our roll call. I'll call on Alma.
You have it? Hello, yes, I'm here.
Fleming.
Here.
Jerica.
Present.
Peters.
Here.
Priest.
Here.
Tanya.
Tanya may be joining us later. That's what I would imagine. If I hear from her, I will let you know.
Okay. And
But
here's where
at this point, I'm just still expecting her.
okay.
So now we are on item 3, which is approval of the agenda. You all have the agenda before you, and so we have a motion to approve it and a support, moved by Jerica and supported by Priest, to approve the agenda as presented. Are there any comments before we vote or any questions? Okay, the motion is properly made. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed by saying no. We have no dissenting vote. Next, another item, perfunctory item, which is approval of our minutes, which you have had access to in advance. Our minutes from March 14th.
I move that we accept the minutes as written.
It's been moved by Priest that we accept the March 14th, 2023 minutes. And
I'll second that.
it's supported by Jerica. Excuse me. And you can have a moment if people want to look over the minutes again. I think all the members of our public have the minutes as well. We have. We are moved and seconded, and I see no readiness. So all those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed by saying no. The ayes have it. We have no dissenting votes. So item 5 is our public comments, and we do have members of the public here tonight. Are there any comments
I
by
have a
our
comment.
public members? Barbara?
I participate in, at the high school in a group called the Tiger Success Institute. The school has identified 9th graders who could use some extra help. And so they meet on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 2 to about 4:30, right after school to about 4:30. The school supplies buses. They are tutored for an hour in subject matter. Then they go and have a snack in the cafeteria provided by the program. And then they go for a power walk and then go into the library for more tutoring. And the Honor Society is also there helping the students. And I'm wondering if maybe one of the things that we could do to help these students is give them a special tour of the library.
Be happy to do that.
I will propose that to the program.
Okay.
How many numbers are we talking?
60 people. 60 students. It's just an absolutely fabulous program. And Katie Frisky is the teacher that leads the program, and she is a tireless worker. She's wonderful. And the principal, Miss Crockett, Nicole Crockett, for the second hour comes and gives a, what does she call it? A inspirational moment, and gives them a pep talk and, you know, be your best and do your best. Her father was a preacher, so she has all of that background to deliver a message. It's really inspirational.
Are there a lot of volunteers like yourself?
I'm the only volunteer.
Only one volunteer.
But I think that as the program grows, there will be more. It just happened that when when Nicole Crockett asked for volunteers, it was at the all-class reunion. And she stood up at the all-class reunion and asked for volunteers. So I showed up the following Tuesday, and they really haven't recruited. I think other years they will, you know, really recruit. And they could use the help. It's a wonderful program.
Sounds like it.
Thank you. And the tour, we're always happy to get people in this library, but young people, we have all been really pleased to see the use of our library from Belleville High School students. But having a tour and bringing them in the building will be a wonderful thing. So thank you very much. Any other public comments? Okay. Then we will move on to committee reports. Our first committee report is the building committee. Joy, I don't know, we didn't have a meeting, so I don't know if you have a report. I know that Mary Jo has some things to update us on. If you're Mary Jo would. Okay, then I will defer to Mary Jo.
I've been in communication with the city manager and working on putting together a meeting with the city and with O'Neill Construction, regarding the Royd Street sidewalk. So that's.
We're still moving along on that, and our construction manager, both Matt and Dean have been very helpful in that. It's moving slowly, but I'm glad for the work Mary Jo is doing and that they're all doing, and hopefully we'll get this all resolved. We have resolved so much with our building, one little step by step. Is there anything else on the building that you think we need to talk about? Or that anybody else wants to talk about?
Just be sure to look at the pretty flowers out front if you didn't notice them coming in.
They're just
Nice
beautiful.
Spring tulips and daffodils.
Plus, I noticed in Rosemary's paper, I noticed in a paper, a nice little article about one of my favorite moments in this library, which was when my power went out for 3 days in my whole neighborhood. And I got to see my neighbors over here at the library. This library really did serve a public function. It really helped the community, but it was kind of like a community gathering. My husband and I walked in here, and here we saw several of the people in our subdivision. I guess I saw more of my neighbors than I had seen for months. But it certainly showed that we have a role to play, many roles to play in the functioning of this community, and I appreciated that article, Rosemary. I think that was very nice to point out. Anyway, and that's what we all worked on getting the building for, is for it to be able to serve the needs of the community. So if there's nothing else on the building, we'll move to bylaws.
I have nothing to report.
Alrighty, and finance, we do not have Tanya here, and I don't think we have any particular financial. We've been moving along, doing what we're supposed to do, but I don't think we have anything that we have to act upon, so we will move past that and go to the marketing committee. Alma?
Nothing to report.
Alrighty. I did get on my Facebook, you know, they say your memories from a year ago, and recently I had the memories of our opening day and pictures, and we're just happy to keep on perking along. Personnel, Linda?
No report.
Policy committee, Dan?
So we did have a meeting on the policies, is it for procuring
The material selection policy.
material selection policy? And, we did sit down and I think we reviewed the policies for the material, selection. But I think we've still got some more work to do on that. I don't know, Mary Jo, if you wanted to add to that, but.
Yeah, I passed on some suggested edits and a question, I think a couple of questions to the library's attorney, so. And I'm waiting, she was on vacation last week, so I'm waiting still
Right.
to hear back from her, so.
So, I mean, we have more work to do on that. We're gonna get together again and kind of polish it up a little bit more and then we'll report out on that.
I thank you, you and Alma and Mary Jo for that work. And we're moving along and keeping our policies up to date. Not quite as shiny a project as building a building, but
But
very important, very important.
It keeps the building running.
It does, it keeps us right. The last committee is the art committee, which we did not have a meeting, and Michelle Montour, the chair, is not here. And I'm wondering, is there anything that we need to talk about with that?
I don't think so.
I think the student art is here until the end of
The
the,
student art, I think, is here until the end of the month.
and, okay,
And the Quilt Guild had their show the last Saturday of March. It was very nice. Yeah, I think they were happy with it too.
so we're continuing to use, and Michelle Montour has a calendar going out until 2025 of the temporary displays. We'll have our art committee is operating like a well-oiled machine. I am happy to say. So now we're back to regular business. One of your favorite activities, approval of accounts payables, which are right here in your packet. And these are more the regular kind of things that we're getting more and more standardized to the things that we must do, although it is quite different. This list is quite different than it used to be when we were in the old building. We just have so much more now. So, if there's questions, this is the time to handle them, but we also can handle a motion to approve.
Motion to approve the accounts payable.
We have a motion by Chehevitz
I'll second that.
and a support by Priest to approve the accounts payable. And I am not hearing any questions. So we can go ahead and vote this. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed by saying nay. Well, then we have taken care of our regular business, and
I just have
now,
a comment that the cookies from Sister Pine were worth it.
yeah,
Very good.
If I had known, I would have made them order more.
Very unusual cookies.
Yeah.
I went to church that night. We had our last Lenten Wednesday, and I was gonna stop by them.
It was very dynamic.
Yeah, it looked like it was gonna be an exciting night. I was glad.
Sister Pie,
What's the person's name?
Lisa Lidwinski, she has her own business downtown. I ended up going down there. and
Where
buying
is
a
it?
pie.
Okay.
It's in the West Village, which is right next to Indian Village.
Oh, downtown Detroit.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. Although I would like to. have
real
it down.
downtown, the real downtown.
I was gonna ask her that, if she would have like but she talked about not wanting to expand,
Okay.
so I didn't ask her. But it'd be nice to have it.
Well, I'm glad you-
Local, right?
She's from she was born in Milford. But she trained in New York
Oh.
and then she interned under Zingerman's and
Oh.
Yep, Avalon.
Avalon
Yeah.
Bakery
You're doing
and Milk,
that.
which is a national or international company, because they sell in Target now, she said.
Yeah,
But
this,
she
I
was
know
good.
that program was last Wednesday and it looked so appetizing. So I'm glad somebody got a chance to take advantage of it. Well, that's actually a good segue into the director's report, because we now get to hear a lot about our program.
It is, because I was going to bring that up, that the Sister Pet program was a great success. We had a really good turnout for the program, and we had about 35 people. Very, very interesting, business success story. And those cookies were amazing. They were they're things that you wouldn't think to do. There was a peanut butter cookie with paprika on the top, and it was delicious. Really good. Yeah.
She uses a lot of edible flowers.
Okay, okay. So anyway, it was, I think everybody was very, very happy with their program. We've got a lot of awesome programs coming up. This one, I did not have a flyer in time for your board pack, but we'll pass these around. May the fourth be with you as a celebrated every year in honor of Star Wars. So there's some May the Fourth be with you programs. We've got the Ring of Steel Action Troop is coming, and they're gonna be doing some lightsaber demonstrations.
I don't think I've got anything for my 43-year-old son.
Well, I don't know,
Ring of Steel.
the kids might have to fight,
likes
the kids might have to fight me for one of the sabers. So anyway, but that's gonna be a lot of fun. We've got, May is coming up really fast, and the first weekend in May, the first Saturday of May, May 6th. It's one of my favorite library holidays, because we've got not only do we have the plant swap that weekend, we've got the Friends of the Library used book sale. And it's also World Comic Book Day, so kids can come in and pick up a free comic book. So we have lots of different types of people coming to the library and joining together. So I always like to see that. I also put a flyer in your pack for Hometown Heritage. This is a program by Nikki Pickerel, one of our staff members. She's been doing some research on the history of Belleville. So she's got some tales to come. That's gonna be April 27th. At 6:30.
Who's doing this again?
Nikki,
Oh, Nikki.
Oh.
Hometown Heritage.
and we are continuing with our movie series, classic movie series. So this Thursday, Paper Moon at 6:30 here at the library. Feel free to come and join us for that. We're having a library staff in service training day, Monday, May 1st. And each department will have an opportunity to do a little bit of training within their department, but also to talk to the other departments about some of the things that they do. We're hoping to have some interdepartmental training so that the people at CERC know what's going on upstairs. People upstairs, know how to,
Because you have such
how to
a,
make a library card. Yeah.
because you have such a vast empire to supervise.
So, and then we'll be going through some emergency and safety procedures as well. So
I also,
we do this once a year. We do it.
How was that CPR training with the?
The training was very good. We had 12 staff members, took it. It was very intensive training. It was I think a 4-hour online course that they had to take before they took the training that day. We're ordering AED machines for the library, but there's gonna be a delay in getting them, due to, shortages.
Did you
of
say
circuits.
plural?
Yes,
2 of them?
Yeah.
One on each floor?
one on each floor,
Good.
yeah.
Good.
But and I wanna thank the Belleville Fire Department. They are loaning us one of their older AEDs that we can use in the meantime.
Good, thank you.
So I'm really grateful to them.
This training, did it cost anything?
Yes. But it's worth everything, if it can save a life, it's worth everything.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see you also have the, usage of the Sumter Media Center.
Yes,
Yeah.
put that in,
You might want to
since we had,
comment
since it
on
was,
that. They should
the
have
first
a-
9 months of our fiscal year. And I just want to try to give this to you every once in a while, so you can kind of tell what's going on, but we are continuing to experience slow and steady increases in all of the numbers, so.
Is it cost effective? With 2 staff members there.
I think we're providing a vital service, yes. And staff members have an opportunity to, work, they're working on their projects too while they're down there, library projects, so.
Okay.
Do you have regulars?
We do have regulars.
Who come to that one, yeah. I've been having conversations with folks about it. And, the folks that live down there and they have been positive, but it's not scientific, it's not. It's very random, but from what I've heard, people are appreciating it. We want to make sure that we maximize, as long as we are there, that we maximize what we have, and it is good to see growth. And what you're saying, Mary Jo, is that our workers down there are doing their job, whatever they would be doing, if they were sitting up in here, they get to do it down there.
Well, the numbers look like they're almost double of last year for most of them,
A lot of them are.
and or more.
So
Well, maybe
we'll
not
keep
more.
working on it. That's
Yeah.
encouraging though.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it is too, so.
Considering how small that place is.
Yeah.
Yeah, at a certain point, we're gonna be like, oh, there's too many people in here.
Are you gonna be open during Sumter's festival? That would probably be too many people.
Yeah, possibly
But it'd be a
the
good day.
because it's the Saturday will be open.
Yeah, yeah, on a week,
Yeah.
Memorial Day weekend.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Are they doing it?
Well, I don't know if they are this year, but they're not. No, okay, well, they used to. Oh.
Oh, yeah, they.
Oh, I obviously haven't been by there for a while.
And here you are, our Sumter, our lifeline to Sumter.
Apparently not.
So,
Well, that's something for the future as well.
on a lighter side, and I'm sorry your board decks have a black and white copy of not the best picture in the first place, but we had some guests in our not in our building, but outside of our building. Last week, a little duck couple, see the antlers right outside the window, so, yeah.
Raise some babies.
Could you send me that?
Sure.
So I could share.
Okay.
That is cute. Since I've lived down here, we have little ones that come and visit right outside our door. I think the waterfowl down here are very comfortable with all
They
the
like us.
part of the community. They're gonna take advantage of everything, including the library.
So, and then I gave you an article about Generation Z. They like books. They like to read
Yeah.
real books.
Cute.
Those
They-
interesting.
real physical paper books.
Yeah.
So.
They're not so crazy about the ebooks.
They appreciate, probably because they're digital natives, they appreciate being able to, get away from
digital.
devices for a while.
Take a break from the screen.
Take a break from the screen.
And just,
Give
yeah.
you a lot of ice cream. So.
Plus, a book is so comforting. Oh, I have a book to return. Well, good. Any other questions for Mary Jo? As usual, I think we've all come to see the director's report as a highlight of this meeting. But we can look at the various ancillary things that go on, including duck visits. Well, thank you very much. And now we are time for trustee comments. And I think I'll start on the men's side of it. Dan, you can get us started.
Gosh. I guess the thing that comes to my mind is the activity that, we took last Saturday when we went down to the DIA. And I have to admit, that was my first time ever to
Oh,
the DIA.
Really?
And it was a really fun day. I mean, right, everything from riding down on the bus to interacting with the people that were there on the bus even. I mean, we had a great host. I mean, she was passing out snacks and drinks and.
The donuts were good too.
Yeah, yeah,
Non-alcoholic.
non-alcoholic. Yeah, maybe we should clarify. I mean, it was just water, so. But it was very, very enjoyable.
Did you see the Diego Rivera room?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I did, and I actually took some pictures of that.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Just
it is
amazing. That's my happy place.
Yeah, it was very, very cool, and I can see myself going back there.
Yeah.
quite a bit. It was really, really
They'll
good.
have more trips too.
Count me in.
well, you could see that we took Barbara's report last month to heart because 3 members of this board went to it, and it was a very enjoyable day. So that was a good thing to start with, Dan.
It was very nice.
John, you
Yeah,
gonna tell us about,
we just came back from Key West. It was really fun. And it was saw the ducks here in Key West. They got chickens running all over.
Oh.
And
And
cats.
the restaurants. It was great. Anyway, in the last 2 days we brought the warm weather with us. And last 2 days I worked in the yard. I'm exhausted. So after sitting around all winter. Yeah, thank you. That's it.
glad that you are here, glad you're back safe and sound, but really glad y'all had a good time. So I guess that brings us around to Linda.
Well, just to reiterate, I really enjoyed Sister Pie. I enjoyed it so much, I signed up for a pie crust class with my sister. So we're gonna do that next month. So I'm gonna bring
Pie crust.
pie crust, because that's my,
I couldn't.
it's so hard. But she had some really good tips and, using Pluvra butter. She says European butter,
Oh,
saltless, no salt. That's one of the tips she was talking about. But, so I went down there and bought a pie for Easter. So I really enjoyed it. I got my book signed too, because I got the cookbook for Christmas. And, so that's why I originally came, and I'm so glad I did. Thank you for doing that.
sounds yummy. And maybe Linda won't be telling me she's taking her sister, I hear, because she tells me how she does all the cooking and her
I do.
sisters don't cook. So now you're gonna help your sister learn how to make a pie. Good for you, Linda. It's never too late.
Right, well, I'm the oldest, so that's why.
Well, you need to share
Yeah.
these responsibilities.
Yeah.
with the rest. Joy?
Well, I am really not surprised at all that this library was the place to hang out, because I think our libraries, YDL's libraries were also inundated with people who needed heat.
Recharging their
charging
phones.
stuff, and yeah, was a big party all around. So it's good to have places like that are public.
Yes, it is, yes, it is. And good to have such good people running them. It's you and Mary Jo. Alma, my dear?
No comment.
Oh, my. Alma's so busy, she has to work so hard, she don't have time to talk. And it's just after 8
It's a
o'clock.
new record.
We do that.
I think this is a great.
Since the first.
I could talk for a half an hour. Well, as you said, this is. Oh, there wasn't much, and there's just not as much. Policy committee is a wonderful committee, but it just doesn't seem to generate all that discussion. Nobody wants to bring up.
Yeah.
The policy committee has done really heavy lifting, so that we have had committee work going on. And I told you in the beginning, I'm fighting off allergies and making sure I don't get sick, but I certainly don't wanna cough on anybody, so I'm not gonna do talking tonight. I'm gonna join Alma and just, I do wanna thank Barbara for organizing the DIA trip. I really enjoyed it. Linda and Randy went, and it was fun for the community, and I always love going to the DIA.
And we'll come Thursday to the movie and the talk. It's very interesting. The guy's very knowledgeable.
Yes, yes.
And very personable and,
He's the reviewer in residence at the Redford Theater.
yeah.
That's why I heard.
Oh,
Well,
Yeah.
good.
I love the red.
Yeah, he just had,
Been
who's
there
the
a
guy from
while.
Star Trek? The old guy,
Oh.
they just had him there.
Oh.
Anyway, everybody knows.
The ch-
Yeah,
the
they had William
Captain Kirk?
Shatner.
Yeah.
William
okay.
Shatner.
And he came to talk at the Redford Theater and he said it was sold out, of course. And he's quite the curmudgeon, I guess. So
Yeah.
he had handlers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
He's a
90.
weird old guy.
But he's
For you
quite,
to be
he's
a
a real
curmudgeon.
character. But entertaining, I mean, was sold out.
Well, happy folks.
Mhm.
John,
To the chair, I make a motion that this meeting be adjourned.
it has been moved,
And I'll second that.
it's supported all around. Our meeting is adjourned.